Weird.
Wait, are we live?
Should be
We're live!
We're live, dude.
God damn.
Able to see how many people are watching because we can't see it from our end, Vincent.
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure that out.
I'm gonna put my phone. I'm gonna put my phone up so I can read the chat and I can like fight people in the chat.
All right, so This is the first episode ever.
First episode.
This is so surreal.
1 second, I need to. Emergency.
Oh yeah, I'm taking these off. I said.
Watch nobody join, and we're gonna have to sit here for like an hour and just talk.
It says 2 people so far.
Love that for us.
Go ahead and maybe tweet it out to make sure everyone's got it.
Let me retweet.
Because they're probably gonna be looking at either yours to see where it's at, and
I would tweet it if I could.
Sorely disappointed.
Okay, there we go.
But I can't because I opened it through the Twitter app. One second.
Yeah. Who are you waving at?
I don't know. Not that.
We already lost him.
Not this.
I'm here. I'll be right back in 2 seconds.
I was like, everything's going south.
All right. So I know I said I'm going to go without these. Oh, hey, we got 5 people now. I know I said I'm going without them, but I need to be able to read what we're talking about.
Oh my god, we're so famous.
I have to take care of some business.
You had to hide the titties?
Hide them titties.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm really big on this screen.
I wish I had pecs.
You know, me too.
I saw this guy running today and they was bouncing. I was like,
God damn. All right.
It was all good.
Oh no, let me see. Brian's here. Nathan's here. There's 10 people here in total. That's what it says.
Well, let's start talking about some shit. So everyone who is watching this, you need to get a drink. If you are underage, don't get caught.
Yeah, don't be like me.
Don't get caught. I like that one. It's not a don't drink. It's a don't get caught.
Don't get caught. Listen, this is a free country.
For legal reasons, we do not condone underage drinking.
We do
Only
not
for
condone
legal
underage
reasons, though.
drinking.
Actually, if that's how we're gonna do it, give me 1 moment.
Okay, I don't have a drink, so my saliva is gonna have to deal.
You want some In-N-Out fries?
Yeah, just come mail them over here.
Okay, hold up. Just don't move. Don't move. Catch it.
Are you eating this out of a bowl? Or is that ketchup?
No, I got ketchup in the bowl.
Oh my god, I was like, are you eating them out of a bowl?
Okay. Since this is really all I've got, I'm bringing out whiskey.
Okay, so let's like start. Let's do this.
All right. Someone had mentioned James fucking Charles.
No, I think we should first introduce the podcast instead of talking about
He's jumping straight into it.
I want to talk shit.
Cut the titles.
Cut the introduction.
They don't give a shit about
Nobody
who
gives
we are.
a fuck about
all they want to hear about is us talking shit.
No, I think it's important for the first episode.
Okay, so Vincent. That's Vincent.
What's up?
Pointing
at your screen doesn't point at us.
You're like,
well, as you see, I'm on the far right of my screen.
As we then knew.
So,
we got to reorganize this because you're more of the center.
We need to like move, reorganize.
No, Josh
I know Josh needs to be on the far right.
Why do I have to be on the far right?
Because you're a literal Nazi fascist.
Are we really gonna go there?
Who's the Kaiser here?
God, it's like flipped. I hate this.
You gotta relearn your lefts and rights. You gotta be like, okay.
Josh is a drag queen.
I am. I'm very successful. I'm rich. Nobody knows that. Nobody knows my name either.
I was gonna say bless you, but
It was like blarbling in there. I was like, come out. I had to like.
I was waiting for something. I was like, is he gonna?
I thought we were like just gonna stop talking and like stare at the screen like blankly, like
He just went.
we're just like.
Okay. So.
All right. So let's start with the first topic, and I believe that was pedophiles in Hollywood.
Pedophiles in Hollywood. James fucking Charles. How does he introduce his videos? It's like,
Hi
there.
sisters.
Hi guys.
Hi sisters.
I don't like
Hi,
how
sisters.
accurate that was, Josh.
Hi sisters.
Josh, that was too good.
He sounds like a gay Kermit the Frog. That's how you do it. It's like,
hi sisters.
Yeah, he's like, hi sisters.
Hi sisters.
James Charles here. Welcome back
James
to the
Charles.
channel. What do you say that Drake Bell is a pedophile? I'm gonna put that looks okay.
But I mean, like, how many times has he had this happen?
Didn't he just get back to Twitter and then he got caught DMing another minor?
Yeah, it wasn't like the first like week.
Huge ass break, and the only
was
reason I
gone for 2
follow
months.
this motherfucker is to make sure he doesn't come back.
I didn't
That
even know.
motherfucker is detrimentally horny.
But basically, he just came back like 2 weeks ago, and he made like another post on like what happened. But
Well, he made the video about like apologizing
he
after being gone for 2 months.
while
My
doing
silence.
his makeup. He
Which-
was doing a makeup video while he apologized.
He does that every time. Like when there was the bi sister scandal with Tati Westbrook, he came back with an apology video in which he was doing, I think he was like exposing her for lying or whatever. It was like a 45-minute long video. And he literally said in the most recent apology video, he was like, oh, I don't want to do like a no more lies style video because that was like, that's just not me. I'm not that person anymore because I've done like self-reflecting or whatever.
Have you ever noticed whenever they do their like breaking their silence videos, they never edit it so it looks all authentic. So it always starts out
It's
with
like a 2 hour long video.
it's like them setting up the camera and then they sit there and it's like,
Hi guys.
There's always a sigh in the beginning too. It's
I never
such a
thought-
fake. It's so fake too. They're just like,
I never thought
so this
that I'd making,
happened.
I
And
never thought that I'd be making a video like this, but my friendship with Jeffrey is over.
Star or Epstein?
Both.
oh,
Star didn't kill himself.
wait, yeah, didn't he just have like a really bad accident or some
Jeffrey
shit?
Star got in a car accident, and then he sold his $14 million Hidden Hills mansion to move to Wyoming to raise yaks on a farm.
Fuck,
I'm not
that's
kidding.
how I'm trying to be.
What a
I wanna live
change
that
in
life.
character.
No, he just moved. He moved out of his big mansion. He renovated like half the house and is moving to Wyoming, which I believe he's already there.
To raise
To raise
yaks.
yaks. Like, yeah.
I want that life.
You know what?
Honestly,
Good for you.
Why don't we just all? Why doesn't like our cul-de-sac just like have like its own yak farm? Okay.
But it's like a house, but we keep all the yaks inside of a house.
They're in the
The
basement.
yaks have their own house.
Yeah, yeah.
They have their own house. It's
The house
center
have dock.
The center of
No.
the center house in the cul-de-sac is the yak house.
All right, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what a yak is. Is it a
A
type
yak,
of cow?
a yak is like
It's like a
similar
really
to a
hairy
cow.
bull.
No, it's like very similar to a cow. You see them in like movies about like the Himalayas or like Tibet or whatever, and they like
Oh,
ride
With, like,
them.
hella hairy ones where they just it's like a mop with horns.
Basically. So were we talking about James Charles? Or were we talking
yeah,
about
we were
Jeffree
talking
Star?
about James Charles,
is
and then we
like-
started talking about fucking yaks. This motherfucker. Didn't he also have a scandal with someone on a Ferris wheel?
He
During,
no, well,
You know, probably.
Coachella. I know that
Yes.
he had the picture of his ass out in front of the Ferris wheel at Coachella.
The one they photoshopped his rashes off of.
Yeah, pretty sure.
When you have rashes, this motherfucker got
Boy
ass
probably
rash.
shaved the day before, and he had ass rashes all up.
He got ass rash.
Not this.
But no,
Right,
so
so of course, you know, as our lovely friend, well, my lovely friend, I don't know about you guys, as lovely Blair White said in her recent video about James Charles, she basically mentioned that she was tired of people like excusing James Charles' behavior over the past like long while because he literally in his video
7 or 8 scandals now.
In his last video, literally stated, "Oh, I'm like attracted to young people," and he was like, "And that's just how it is." And I was like, that's like not good.
I'm just sitting here like, do you hear that? This bitch fucking admitted it. Why are you
like very nice? Now get against the wall.
And he still has a platform to come back to. I don't understand why.
Because when you reach that level of fame, you can get away with anything. Anything. And it goes for celebrities. It also goes with politicians. I mean, let's just say James Charles has a very bright future in American politics. James
Charles, future governor of California.
Oh, that would be the day I leave. If I haven't left before then.
His campaign slogan would be like, "Hey sisters." Make California gay again.
Sisters for Charles.
You know what? God. He probably would fit perfectly with the California lawmakers because they're always making like the fucking age of consent shorter and shorter.
That's true. Well, they make it like wage get like the age gap laws. They make them like I think it's like
14 now.
No, I think it was like a 10-year age difference was like acceptable or something.
Yeah, well, I think it's if there's less than a 10-year difference, then it's not criminally charged.
That could be a 22.
So you can have a 22-year-old, I guess, and a 12-year-old.
Love that for California. They're progressive, so. Love that for California.
Maybe that's why it burns down every summer. God's just like, we need a clean slate.
We need to
start over.
It's like every other summer.
Time for the annual smiting.
It was like when I was in my medical terminology class last year, and I was talking about how California is always on fire, and that offended like half the kids in my class, and they were like, "Well, you don't know about what the fire victims go through." I was like, all I said was that California burns down every like 2 months.
Like, why are you booing me? I'm right.
I was like, I'm right. It's like hot here all the time.
The only problem with that is if God is burning us down, he's burning the wrong parts of California. He's burning all the conservative bits.
For real. Yeah, why isn't he burning down
San Diego?
Burn down LA. Just burn down LA.
Burn down the Bay. We're probably gonna get flagged for this for saying.
We're gonna get
We are not condoning arson.
No, we're not condoning arson.
We're not condoning arson.
What we are condoning is gender reveal parties.
Antifa was starting that shit. You see all the motherfuckers last summer were getting arrested for arson. When all the fires were going down.
No, hold on. They were the arrests. They were the fake Antifa because Antifa isn't an organization or whatever they say.
It's right wing. Yeah. It's right wing provocateurs.
Right wing extremists.
Mm-hmm. They're just pretending to be progressive.
Nazi fascists.
Right. So I don't know why we keep going off on these tangents. This is going to be such a mess.
We were talking about pedophiles, and then we started talking about
point of these.
I think they correlate.
Just want to hear us talk.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, let's talk like pedophiles in Hollywood. Hollywood has always had a big problem with like pedophilia, like child stars. A lot of them are put into very provocative roles. Think back to like the recent scandal that they had with that Netflix show Cuties. But
not even that, just think of any Nickelodeon show.
Think of the way before, like back in like the 30s or 40s when Shirley Temple was famous. Shirley Temple was put into all these roles where she once had to play an exotic dancer for a group of soldiers who were also toddlers. Miss Blair White just joined our podcast, you guys.
Holy shit, balls! Hi, Blair White.
Oh my god, hi Blair White. Hi Blair White. Hi Blair White. We love you.
You have to be a guest.
Blair White, please come on our podcast.
So we're talking about pedophiles in Hollywood.
Yeah, if we're talking about pedophiles, I'm gonna need this to get through the night. So give me a second. I'm probably.
But here's the thing: those that industry is completely built on pedophilia. It really is. There's so many scandals that get brushed under the rug to the point where people who talk about it, they either get shut down or they get disappeared.
Mhm.
I think there was a while back Mel Gibson started talking about it in his career.
Well, I don't know if, as I was talking about, Shirley Temple actually have a story that happened to her when she was about 12 years old. She and her mom received a call from MGM Studios. If you guys know what MGM is, that's like the company that produced Wizard of Oz. And she was brought in because they were going to discuss having her play Dorothy in Wizard of Oz. So they took them in there and they said, okay, and they separated Shirley Temple from her mom and they took them into 2 different meeting rooms. This is allegedly what Shirley Temple said happened to them in an interview, like when she was an adult. So she was about 12 years old and they separated her from her mom, and she was in a room with the producer, and he proceeded to expose himself in front of her. And being so young, she didn't really know what was happening, so she just kind of laughed and like left the room because she didn't know what was happening. So she went to go to her mother, and when they were driving home, Shirley Temple goes, "Oh, Mom, you'll never believe what just happened to me." And her mom goes, "You'll never believe what just happened to me with that producer," because apparently something had happened to her in the other room. But so after that, the mom insisted that Shirley Temple was not going to be involved with MGM, so they passed her her tapping for the role of Dorothy. They passed it on to Judy Garland, who then played Dorothy, and they proceeded to abuse her on the set.
Yeah.
That's a whole other thing. She was abused on set. They would smack her in the face to make her cry. And then she just went into like adulthood and continued to like abuse drugs, and eventually it killed her.
Yeah, these industries are disgusting, and there's so many stories that come out about it, and they get shut. Like, you guys ever notice these stories that come out about these child actors, and they talk about the abuse that they went through. Like, one example, God, he was in what movie was it? He was in Gremlins. He was in that one fucking vampire movie.
Twilight?
No, it was back in the 80s. I can't remember his name. He's trying to. If you guys, let me look up his name. You guys keep talking.
Yeah, I mean, like, one of the biggest things is, in the end, there's a reason that most child actors are fucked up, and it doesn't have anything to do with being a child actor. It has everything to do with the environment they're put into as a kid.
Corey Feldman is one of the examples.
he was in the Goonies.
The Goonies, that was the other one.
Yeah.
One. He came out and he's like talking about this shit that he went through, and he said, like, it's so common. But when these people come out about this, they get shut down, they get hounded, their careers get obliterated. And even if you look at the Epstein flight logs, you see so many celebrities on this shit.
Tom Hanks.
That island. That, there was some bad shit on that island.
There was Tom Hanks, I'm pretty sure, was on that list. Everybody knows Tom Hanks was in these very beloved children's movies like Polar Express and Toy Story. We have a comment from Paul, Twitter dad, and he said, exactly how many cases of substance abuse in Hollywood was just trying to cope with being abused. Mm-hmm. There's so many adult actors who deal with that. With like Marilyn Monroe, she was substance abuse. Anna Nicole Smith, substance abuse. They both died of overdoses. Michael Jackson.
I think it's so easy.
This isn't even just film. It's not just film. It's anything, like
everything.
Media. It's music. And
it's so easy to dismiss them as, oh, they're just druggies. But let's look at why they're turning to these substances.
What drove them to that?
What's driving them to that? Because, I mean, look at all the celebrities on the Jeffrey Epstein flight log. They're all involved in some kind of shit. And have you guys seen pictures of that fucking island? There's fucking altars on the surface of it. Mm-hmm. There's altars. Mm-hmm. Like, what do you do with that?
An altar? Like on the just on the island?
An altar.
Are they like sacrificing children?
Probably. I hope not, at least.
So
Rickie, you got a little laser pointer on your chest. You gotta be careful here.
Man, fucking kill. There is nothing. I will never stop speaking the truth, but I will put it on the record now. I did not kill myself.
Yeah, if any of us disappear for days on end and we never hear from us again, it was because the government found us.
And they hired us on because we're so goddamn good.
The government, the CIA came to us and they said, "We want you three." Why are we all wearing black, by the way?
Oh my god.
I didn't plan this.
That's true.
I mean, we all have different things on our shirts, so I mean that's fair.
Yeah, that's true. I just like noticed that. I was like, we're all wearing black. We look like
wear black on Thursdays.
We look like the black stage crew, the backstage crew at like a play where they all wear black and they have to like run on stage and change all the scenes.
Yeah, that was my entire high school. I built the sets for my high school plays. That was fun. All right, but anyway, back to this because I mean, we trailed off to
wearing black.
Yeah, but like Toad was saying, like there's so many times where these things get shut down. Like, how long have we known about Weinstein?
A long time.
How long have we known about Weinstein?
A while. It's been
years. Like damn near decades, probably. And how recent was his fall?
I think it was like 4 years ago, right?
Like a lot longer than it should have been.
Yeah. Disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what people need to know, like it goes beyond like kitty fiddling, what these people are into. I will leave it at that. These people are sick. What they do. Like supposedly, so the Epstein flight logs, they just talk about the flights. They don't talk about that there were shipping ports on the island as well, which supposedly brought in kids from Haiti as young as 2. And they didn't leave the island. So what happened to them? And that's stuff that people don't want to talk about it because it's uncomfortable, but it's true.
I mean, I think we all know what happened to them.
We all know. I'm not.
We don't want to think
but
about
we can't
that.
say it. But we can't say it, or else we're gonna get flagged for misinformation.
Yeah, I mean, because we don't have definite proof on it. We can't prove any of that.
Well, we do know that it's
based on all the context clues, you can tell.
Yeah, and also it is a common fact that because I had to do my whole thesis on trafficking specifically with children.
That's a good
for those who don't, I designed a transitional home for teens rescued from trafficking, so I had to research a lot into it.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, it's a common. It's I think 40 million adults are sold into trafficking every year, and 8 million of which, 40 million people, 8 million of which are children, to which they're sold into either slave labor, and that encompasses a lot, sex trafficking, and there's also an industry for torture and organ harvesting.
Does anybody remember that one time where there was that that furniture company that was selling those cabinets? It had like the names. It was it was like Angela, like it would be like Angela cabinet, and then it would be like them selling like children in these.
I remember that
furniture pieces.
It would be like on eBay or Wish, and they just have like a name with.
And they are sold that way.
Yeah.
They are sold that way. They're not coming into inside of the cabinets, but that's how they do these transactions.
They're marketing it as a cabinet.
Really? Wait, are you serious? I honestly thought that they were like shipping children in pieces of furniture.
No, that's how they process the monetary transactions. There's this guy.
It's Build a Baby.
He was project. God, I can't remember. He's a human. He deals with human trafficking. He has a really good film out for anyone who's interested in this topic. It's Project Descent. Anyways, it's about helping kids traffic from Haiti, and he posted a video about it. He's like, this thing that's going on with Wayfair, that's how kids are trafficked, and it's not that they're coming in those containers. That's just how they do the monetary transactions.
Yeah, it's basically we're selling a cabinet
for $20,000. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This $1 million mattress.
But it's so easy for these motherfuckers to come on and say, "Oh, it was just a typo. It's just a conspiracy theory. You're overthinking it." No, there's something weird going on there, and it's okay to question that, and it's important to question it.
I swear, like, everything that comes out, like, information, like, about exposing Hollywood elites or, like, lobbyists usually gets flagged as QAnon conspiracy, right-wing lunacy, or misinformation that is censored, which, by the way, no censorship. We're not pro-censorship here. And
QAnon's interesting because I think what people need to understand about 90% of what it talked about was true.
Was factually correct, pretty much.
It's factually correct, but what they do is they fill it up with 10% of shit that's completely outlandish, insane, not true.
Mm-hmm.
And then everything else gets disassociated or associated by default and gets, well, it's all a conspiracy.
But that 10% that they're just like out there is what gets publicized by the media.
Right, and it ruins the other 90%. And I do think that it was a psyop in order to discredit the 90% of it, which was true.
That's why they paint it with a brush. They choose their own interpretations of what they hear about, like what they read about these conspiracy groups, and whatever they just pick and choose what they publicize about them.
Because QAnon is horseshit. Just
absolutely.
Oh yeah,
I mean, it's horseshit.
That's just
it did it on purpose. I generally think they did it on purpose so it would discredit the truth that it does talk about, primarily dealing with trafficking.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of right-wing people pretend to be conservative, but then you can very clearly tell that they're not. Like just behind the scenes, like you can tell that they're doing really shady things. Like one of the examples that I use that I think about this with is Miss Candace Owens and her whole social autopsy website that came out a few years ago, which kind of just seemed like she was setting up right-wingers to fail by setting up this doxing website. And then of course, when she was confronted about it, she was talking over. Well, Blair White was debating her on Dave Rubin, and she was talking over Blair, not letting her finish her points, and it just seemed like she was just really desperate to cover up like her true intentions. As much as I think a lot of people in this chat might not like me for like bad mouthing Candace Owens, but I don't really care.
I'm not fond of. She comes across as a phony to me. Sorry, guys watching. There's something phony about her.
She comes across as very, very
smell it. There's something wrong.
You're gonna piss someone off.
I don't care. Go file a complaint to my page. It's at GayToad2. Go ahead. Follow me.
Everybody report us. Report our podcast so we get blacklisted by the government.
Please put my page out of perpetual misery.
It's okay.
Do you guys have any questions?
GayToad 3, 4, and 5.
I do have GayToad 3 set up, even though this is 100% my first account. I never got suspended.
Yeah, same.
Funny. See, you guys have any questions?
I haven't.
Are there any questions? Yeah.
Does anyone have any questions for us? I mean, this is our kind of get to know us too kind of first stream. So if anyone has a question, feel free.
Watch nobody ask questions.
I finally, I can kind of see. You say Toad. Someone said Toad is a bad influence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was back when you said, don't.
I did not encourage underage drink. If you are underage, do not drink.
Okay, he can say that, but cheers.
Substance abuse and yeah, true. Ben Shapiro and Candace Owens used to hate Trump. They did. They used to hate Trump.
I also remember a lot of times Miss Candace would she would basically say like I was a former liberal, but a lot of times she also says that she was very conservative on a lot of issues, and she was like, oh, I was wildly different like 18 months ago, and then she just made this sudden like shift like completely to the like borderline far right, which I don't.
A lot of them have done that.
For debate, which is fair, but also I feel like a lot of the things she did after it, like when she deleted her account and came back as Red Pill Black, were just very shady. Like it was just odd to me that somebody could come back and decide to flip the switch and be right wing, but then call themselves like basically a liberal. And I was like, well, I just don't understand like the point of wanting to switch parties or switch ideologies and then continue to call yourself the same thing. It's like which I mean fair, like I don't think she ever called herself like a classical liberal like a lot of the people from the walk away movement do, but I know that she just very quickly shifted to like from borderline liberal to full on right Republican,
hardcore Trumpy.
Yeah,
right
and it just was like it seemed very phony in a lot of it, and it not so much anymore, but back then it was bad.
It was convenient. They were doing it to survive, or because I remember a lot of critics of Trump, and then they became real buddy with him once he was the primary.
Like Leo Terrell, he was a hardcore anti-Trump. He fought with Candace Owens on, I think it was Sean Hannity or Laura.
But he's still fighting for Trump now.
But now he's like pro-Trump. After that fight, he became pro-Trump.
Which people change, and that's a good thing.
And I totally am like in support of people switching from the left to the right, because imagine being a leftist.
Or even just leaving the left because you're realizing these motherfuckers are insane.
Although,
they are insane.
Although if you decide to leave the left to become a libertarian, I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, I like half of the Libertarian Party. Half.
Do you guys want to talk about?
That's a generous one. I would say maybe a little less than half.
Are you guys down to talk
about
this
nice libertarians out there, but
oh no, I have a lot of very nice libertarian mutuals.
A lot of them are very spineless.
Or it was like election Twitter.
Or they're leftists in disguise.
I would say the Republican Party is a hell of a lot more spineless than.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong.
They're also spineless.
Then about half
the backbone party. We don't have. I
think the only thing about the libertarians that I just don't even get me started on is like, it was like when they were doing the whole thing when all the right-leaning libertarians during election time were like, yeah, I want Trump. Like, we need to win. Trump needs to win. I want Trump to win. And then like day 2 of elections and counting, they're like, oh, you know what? I don't really care. Like, I'm not gonna miss Trump. I don't really like him to begin with.
And there's a lot of Republicans who did that too.
They're like,
they just left his side. I'm like,
I wish he just wouldn't tweet so much. I'm kind of happy he's gone. And look at who they gave us.
Liberty AI chatbot. Sorry.
Don't fake cough. It's gonna trigger an actual cough.
Great. Now we're gonna get into drama after this drops. We're gonna get sued for slander.
What money does Liberty AI have to sue us with?
Okay, fair.
And what is he gonna sue me for? I ain't got shit. I don't have shit.
He can't even take my job away. It's already going away.
Okay, I know this is like totally like random, but I think we need to have like debates on here with like other people. I want to like.
We should totally bring people on for debates.
Let's have Donald Trump on.
Let's get Gabby to give us the hookup.
And he's just like on his iPhone. He doesn't know how to use
it. Can we talk about AOC? I want to talk about AOC and how much I cannot stand.
Somebody called me the AOC of the right. I won't name drop, but I was like,
I can't tell if that's an insult.
No, wait. Was it a certain? I'm not gonna name drop. Was it a certain redheaded libertarian?
Cam said I was the AOC of the right,
yep,
and I
said,
remember. Fucker, what?
Yeah, I was like,
right.
Wouldn't that just be? I feel like the AOC of the right would borderline just be Marjorie Taylor Greene.
And I don't have.
What was that?
Sometimes I have a problem with her. Other times I'm like, girl,
go off.
Go off.
Go off.
It was like
short little thing.
It was like when Nancy Mace and AOC had their like Twitter fight. I was like, Nancy Mace, you better work, girl. You are killing her.
End
You
it. Just end it.
finish her. Get her, Jade.
Fatality.
Oh, somebody said that you're nowhere near AOC, so that's probably good. At least you don't sound annoying like her.
Yeah,
I think
you don't
that
have
I'm
that
reasonable.
bit of AOC. I think you've
You
got
don't
the
have the
passion
annoying-
and the fire.
You don't have the annoying voice, so you talk really high and you cry in the cabinet.
This is about human rights. If I was the AOC of the right, I would maybe have a fag scent.
My favorite AOC quote is where she was like, I was hiding in the closet and they were like, where is she? Where is she?
Hang on, Toad. Are you saying that you don't have one?
I think a little, but it's not bad.
It's
don't
about
think
as
I-
subtle
It's not
as
like-
mine.
it's
so
not
it's
as bad
not
as
very
mine.
important.
I
It's not
mean,
prominent
let's
at
ask
all.
the audience. Do I have a fag scent? Wait, there's chats here.
You can't say that word. You're gonna get us flagged.
What? It's a fag scent.
No, actually, I think he
For
is
a
allowed
You
fag-
to
can't
know.
put the @ sign in words.
Toad does have.
He's got the Trump hand movement. He's
I think it's like an Italian thing. I just talk with my hands.
It's not the not
Toad's
the
out here like
Italian.
bibbidi bobbidi.
BBD bop. That was me today. I was negotiating car prices, and there was this it was a car place, and it was like an Italian family. I was like, okay, these are my people.
I will pay
Did
30,000.
you bribe them with olive oil?
No, I was just they gave the price. I'm like, and his name was fucking Mario. His name was Mario. I shit you not. I have his card somewhere. His name was, he gave me the price. I was like, Mario.
Mamma mia,
You
that's
said-
not a deal.
We can do better. He brought it down 2K. So I was like, okay.
Mamma mia, that's
Yeah.
such a good
Oh
deal.
my god, we got like new. Oh my god, twins! We got new cars like the same week. Love
Did you
that.
get a new car? What kind of car?
Did you not see my post about it? I got a new
No.
He
car.
got the
I never
what's
see
the
your posts
SUV?
anymore.
What?
You're fake. I posted on Instagram too.
Yeah, what's
Well,
the
I don't
model
know.
though? Because I didn't get a good look at it.
Yeah,
I just saw the
it's,
picture where you were posing. You're all like,
I don't think. Oh my god. Dad just said, "Don't think Toad or Lewzhizz has an accent, but I'm just soft spoken." Which
no,
might-
you have an accent, Josh.
No, I have a very heavy accent.
Toad has Italian in a little bit.
Is it
Toad does
possible?
have that Italian
Is it
accent.
possible
is
to
what
be
they
around
say.
Is it possible to be around an Italian for more than like 10 minutes without them mentioning the fact that they're
No.
Italian?
No. It's
No,
in the
yeah,
genes.
that's true because they're not going to say they're Italian. They're going to be like, I'm Sicilian.
It's like
I'm
our
Venetian.
Sicilians do not
Like-
exist, okay? They don't.
well, like my pastor's family is Italian, and like every time we've had them over to our house for dinner, in the first like 15 minutes, they mention the fact that they have like Italian traditions in their house, and we're like, well, because we're Italian. We do
Italians are just the vegan nation. Did I mention I'm Italian?
We got that
Italians
theme,
do
though.
have good wine.
Lemonici.
Today we are going to make a classica ricotta risotto. God, this
Oh.
sounds so good. I want some
That was
of
so
them.
good.
Oh. Toad,
One
do you cook? Do you have any good like Italian dishes up your sleeve?
Are you good old Italian Rachel Ray?
We'll have to try some of your dishes then.
Let's do a podcast episode where we just cook.
Yeah, that.
We-
Okay, yeah.
we all
We cook and then we
simultaneously
talk
cook something.
conspiracy theories. That'd be good.
I'm like I don't know how to cook anything, so I'm just gonna put some toast and then toast bread.
I can make
Josh
a
is just like
mean
formula.
omelet.
I'm just there, like I'm cooking, you guys.
God, we were gonna talk about something else. Wait, we were asking if any of y'all have questions.
Yeah, ask us questions, please.
Please, how many people
Please
are
ask
watching
us
right
questions.
It says right now.
Otherwise, we're going to talk about drama, and nobody needs drama.
We don't. You guys don't want us to talk about
now? I
drama.
don't even have drama to talk about.
Yes, you do. We know you do.
You just don't want to talk about
You just
them.
don't want to talk about it.
You don't want to. You don't want to shred what little bits of connection you have left with them.
Okay, let's.
Who's
talk
all watching?
Right now, it says that we have. Why do I keep hurting it? Name cannot be blank. Esteban / Stephen Laura. Twitter dad Paul L. Me. Well, I don't know who the last person is. It just has one more. In
Paul's
total,
always got our back.
Thanks, Dad. In total, we've had 47 people over the course of
okay.
40 minutes.
For being
about 90% was them accidentally clicking the link, and they're like, "Fuck,
Whoops, gotta get out of here."
Well, I mean, granted, like,
you know
for
how like
really hard to market link for like a Twitter stream, since we're still waiting for this YouTube shit to square away.
We're just having fun now.
Mm-hmm.
For real,
like that's pretty damn good audience for like just starting something with like an hour's notice, if that.
For real, I thought we were just pre-recording this episode and then like uploading it, but then you guys were like, "We're live streaming," and I was like,
"Yeah, I was gonna pre-record this one and then just post it on the page, but then Toad had to go out here and say 8:30, get ready, we're streaming."
Yeah, I was like, I was on my phone. I saw that we were live streaming, and I was like, "Frick, I have to be ready now." I was like, "I have to get ready."
I wanted to warn you guys earlier, but I wasn't on my iPad all day because I was out.
Yeah, no worries. But yeah, hopefully we get this fucking. So the YouTube bit, they're like, so yeah, we need 24-hour pending from the live stream like request day, which was yesterday when we were trying to set this shit up as a test run. So they're like, so you gotta wait like another 6 hours before you can actually do it. I'm like, fuck.
Gina Chronos Stan joined. Let's see, what else are we gonna talk about? I thought we had like so many topics lined up, and we're like.
I mean, we talked about a decent amount.
We've been on for an hour, I think, right?
We've been on for 40
minutes.
How about we wrap it up at maybe an hour and 10 minutes?
Sounds
yeah,
good.
let's do that.
For a first episode.
We don't need it to be on forever.
We don't need to have a 4-hour long stream of us talking.
We just talk about
random stuff. I feel like, see, listen, this episode.
We could stream our game nights.
Low key, that'd be so fun, but I feel like it'd be so stupid if we start like talking about drama and everybody's like, "What? What's happening?"
I came here to watch them, play Among Us, and now they're talking shit about me.
I was thinking, I was like, you guys, after this, we have to like plan topics because this means I have to like actually research things. So I'm gonna come prepared, y'all. I'm gonna have research. I'm gonna have notes. Okay, I'm gonna have literal notes. I don't know what we're gonna talk about. We need to think of guests to have on here because there's a lot of people that I can already think of that I want to have on here. Once we have like a decent amount of people that watch us, once we don't have an audience of 5.
Oh my god, the offensive tranny followed me on Twitter today.
Oh yeah,
it took you that long?
Yes.
Yeah, he used to follow me on my old account.
I'm pretty sure. Like, let me make sure because I'm pretty sure they followed me for like a while.
Yeah, he used to follow me on my my old account that I had.
Not following me. I thought they were following me.
The old account.
They commented on my stuff, but I guess they didn't follow me. Okay, well there you go, Toad. You're a step ahead of me.
Yeah, well, I'm a step ahead of both of you, and y'all don't even know why.
Because Blair White follows you.
Blair
White. Listen, I cannot wait to have people on here, y'all. Let's have offensive tranny on here.
Offensive tranny, yeah.
You can totally do that. Just reach out.
Hard, though, because he live in like Denmark, or like.
Yeah, and he doesn't have an accent either. Like I did not know.
Sort of, he kind of does, but like it's like when he talks in English, not really. Like it used to be a lot, but not so much anymore. What is a Danish accent? What does it sound like?
German, but less mean.
German isn't even mean when you're not listening to a World War II propaganda video. It's not that mean.
Well, that's all Rickie watches.
Yeah, see, if you're shouting, it sounds pretty hostile. But if you're shouting in English, people feel like.
A lot of those Eastern European languages sound very mean. Like Russian and like Armenian, they sound very like angry all the time when they talk. And then there's the Swedish people who always sound like they're on. Is this like racially insensitive? They always sound like they're on like they're like they're tripping.
Nah, you just saw Midsummer.
What is better? Better to me is when the people they listen to you.
That was pretty good.
So we have a message. What about that car salesman?
The one guy? Well, I didn't get a car through him. 1 second, I got a message.
Yeah, you said you got a number from someone, didn't you?
I did get his number.
The car salesman?
Not the one that I debated with. Not debated. That I talked to.
You debated a car salesman.
Well, we were kind of debating. It was like, I don't like your price.
You're trying to buy a car. You're trying to buy a car, but then you start debating like women's suffrage. you're like no,
debating the price.
He's like just trying to make the sale, and you're like, but don't you think that we should have more rights for?
But I should have more rights. What about my rights?
I have the right to demand you give me this car for like $3.
How about I just talk in a fag scent for the rest of this video? How about that?
No. Let's not do that.
God.
Where's the go back button?
Where's like the... Can we like edit this? Let's edit that out.
I know, I don't want to see that ever again. Yeah, I got his number.
Way too big of a drink. Holy shit.
Don't die.
But I mean, it's not gonna go anywhere.
I had to bring my hand up because it was like about to spill out. I'm like, oh god.
Earlier I was drinking Sprite.
Oh, shit, IPAs.
Oh god. I thought, you know what I thought that was? I thought it was
sponsor tonight.
No. When I first saw that, I thought it was like that A1 steak sauce. I was like, he's drinking that?
That's some shit that I would do.
Toad's out here with the Worcester bottle.
Like, I'm just sitting here thinking he's got to pull out these A1 sauce and just take a drink of it.
And here's my Worcestershire sauce.
Wait, that'd be kind of funny, like, to have that shit going on in the background, just me drinking that shit, and you guys, like, don't even
nobody even noticed.
Like, bro, what the fuck is he drinking?
We're like, what's he
Just
drinking?
like, at some point, you're just gonna be sitting there with a fucking Tabasco bottle.
You're sitting there with like a little.
I would. I fucking love Tabasco.
You guys
Tabasco's good.
You guys know how
a bottle of Tabasco.
He's like sitting there. You know how like at Lowe's they have like the hummingbird nectar that you can buy for like your hummingbird feeder. You just sit there, like, chugging a bottle of hummingbird nectar.
But like drinking it from the thing.
You have like a wine glass and you just pour this hummingbird nectar into the and we're so it's already
like a fucking glass of fucking
hummingbird nectar.
He's just got like a thing of honey slowly sliding down the wine glass.
It's like dribbling down the mouth, just like.
He pulls out the fucking maple syrup.
The Aunt Jemima. What they change it to? What they change the name of it to? Is it still Aunt Jemima, or did they just take the lady off of it?
Your mama. They took the black lady off. It just says syrup. It just says syrup.
Wait, are you serious?
No, but that'd be pretty funny. I like what they did with the like something butter, where they got rid of the Indian, but they kept like the land on the butter. So it's like they removed the Indian but kept the land.
It's Pearl Milling Company syrup, and it just has a picture of a pancake, and it doesn't have the Aunt Jemima on it anymore.
Yeah, we just got that in our comments too, telling
y'all
us.
really out here erasing black folk.
How
that's
honestly, that's
and
like,
you call us the racist.
That's like anti-black for you to just take this wonderful black woman.
I know, like
this bottle.
Y'all want representation, but then you're gonna get pissed off when they're represented.
You guys,
they're like, we want representation, but not that representation. Get it out of here.
You guys clearly just want to erase black women from the media. Listen, it's okay to cast Ariel as a black person, but how dare you have a black person on a syrup bottle?
That's right. They did get rid of Uncle Ben.
Uncle Ben.
I ain't never.
Oh, that's right.
That is true. Like, have you ever seen a black mermaid? I've never seen like one depicted as
A black mermaid?
No, I've never seen a
I've never
depicted
seen
as
a mermaid.
I've never seen a mermaid in general.
Yeah, I was like, I've never seen a mermaid.
I did.
They're
see
really
that thing,
out
though.
here.
They're talking about how like we're basically erasing redheads because like every redhead in
Like,
media,
they literally are. They're like erasing them. Like they're being replaced. This probably sounds so insensitive, but like they're basically replacing all the redheads with like black actresses. Like I just think of Ariel in Little Mermaid, Mary Jane in Spider-Man, Starfire in Teen Titans. Which I don't.
They do say that gingers are going to be outbred by like 2080 or something.
Which, like, okay, I don't care if like a black actress portrays something, but don't have this whole but don't have like a whole like conniption fit when Princess Jasmine in Aladdin gets cast by an Indian lady instead of a genuine Iranian person. Like, listen, that's not even that different. At least she looks like Jasmine. She did a good job in the movie. Like, I don't care if this black lady is playing Ariel because she's probably gonna do fine. I just think that if that was like progressive in their eyes, and why be so angry about an Indian person playing Jasmine? Like it doesn't compute.
Well, what it comes down to is they're trying to erase white people. They're trying to destroy what they claim to be their culture. You're looking at another cultural revolution.
How do you destroy white culture? Do you know how many white cultures there are?
Well, I thought white people didn't have a culture. According to like Black Lives Matter, white people don't have their own culture. Like we like basically stole things from black culture. I thought that's what they said.
Let me get this straight.
Okay, well,
English
I mean,
culture
white people
is
do
stolen
not know
from
how to
black
see.
culture. Norse culture is stolen from black culture. Like, what are they trying to say?
I honestly, whenever I think of oh yes, have you seen how they're like change, like you know how they're like bleh, I talk too much. You know how like they're like remaking a lot of movies, trying to make them more representative and like woke, and like just remaking things like that. It was like when they remade there was a Scooby-Doo movie they did where it was just about Velma and Daphne, just to like promote women, or when they remade Ghostbusters with all women to show that girls can do it too, or they just recently started doing
Have you seen that video with Donald Trump? I'm sorry, where he's talking about like they're making Ghostbusters with all women. What's happening?
Next, they're gonna do Indiana Jones with a woman.
Jones without Harrison Ford. You can't do that.
What is going on?
I can't wait for them to remake.
What is going on?
I can't wait.
Do this.
Can't wait for them to remake Star Wars with Princess Leia as the only character. Period. There's no other characters. It's just her.
Okay, so I kind of want to touch on like.
Can you imagine when they make a movie about Donald Trump?
They're gonna. I saw this meme. I swear we're gonna get flagged for me bringing this up.
Wait, are you joking?
They are making Indiana Jones with a woman. Are you serious?
Are you joking?
Are you serious? Is it like Indiana Jones with a woman is like the woman is a character, or
no,
she's
they're
Indiana?
Not.
Wait, you
I
can't.
hope the fuck not.
They better be joking. Otherwise,
I think the fuck not, you trick ass bitch. No, they're not. You can't do that.
No, it looks like there's talks of an Indiana Jones 5, but it's just the co-star. It looks like Harrison Ford's still going to be in it.
Okay, isn't he like old? I mean, it was like when they did the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull and like Kate Blanchett was in it.
Already old.
He was already old in that movie, so he's probably gonna be like he's gonna have like a cameo in this movie. And he's gonna get killed off.
That's basically how they did with Star Wars. Like he did not do a lot. They killed him off in the first for the reboots.
Do you guys remember? Oh, speaking of like progressive feminism, the movie Cruella, which by the way, I liked that movie a lot. A lot of people said they hated it. I actually really liked Cruella.
Is it worth watching?
I liked it.
Good.
Okay, I'll take a look.
But a lot
Mine
of
had
people,
Korean subtitles.
You want me to watch it with Korean subtitles?
no, his version that he watched had Korean subtitles.
Oh, because you
Bootleg.
didn't give Disney their money.
No, fuck that. I would never engage in pirating films.
It was but the movie, I noticed a lot of like they had an actor who was very clearly like this flamboyant gay dude running a fashion store. Oh, we have a new comment. I'll read that in a minute. That's probably abuse, but I don't care. Basically,
No, it's the same guy. He said, "No, I'm not joking" for the Indiana Jones thing.
but he was like, but he was running like a clothing store in Cruella becomes friends with him, and I knew the actor from Hurricane Bianca, Bianca Del Rio. He was in both of the movies, and I was like, oh my god, that's the guy from Hurricane Bianca. But they were trying to make Cruella like this feminist icon, and I was like, what a great way to promote feminism by making the villain
Making the dog killer,
making the villain that wants to kill puppies your spokesperson. Love that for you. That
I
just
honestly
trying to
didn't
remake
think
the
that she even
Joker
needed
for
a movie.
women.
I never even
trying to
thought that she needed a movie.
I mean, Maleficent didn't need one either. I thought Maleficent, like Cruella, was better than Maleficent because Maleficent was boring. Both of the Maleficent movies were boring.
Yeah.
The girl who played Aurora, Elle Fanning. Elle Fanning is really good as Aurora. I like her as Aurora. With Angelina Jolie as Maleficent. No, she's too young to be playing Maleficent because Maleficent's
I remember liking the first Maleficent, but also it's been so long, I'm probably mixing it up with something else. Did that have a dragon in it?
Maleficent turns into a dragon.
Yeah.
There we go.
Well, I feel like maybe this is just me thinking about this, but I feel like you know how like the top 3 most female villains that you associate, like the top 3 from Disney are Maleficent, Cruella, and then Ursula from Little Mermaid. I sort of think make Ursula, and they make it like about body positivity, about how Ursula, it'll be like Ursula the movie, and then it'll be Ariel trying to bully her into going on a diet, and I'll be like, this movie's anti-diet culture. They kicked her out of. They kicked.
Like
I'm pretty sure. Like well, I mean, because they're doing a Little Mermaid movie. I don't think they're gonna do a Ursula movie too.
I would hope Melissa McCarthy is playing Ursula in this one, which is.
No, I'm waiting for it to be a drag queen.
Literally, all these villain movies.
They should make it Jack Black in drag.
No, if they casted like Rosé or something as Ursula, or like Latrice Royale's Ursula, I would be living. But they are casting Melissa McCarthy, which I don't know if she can sing. She better be able to sing because I don't want to hear no auto-tune poor unfortunate souls. They're gonna have her.
Okay, so I just recently watched Little Mermaid for the first time.
Just recently?
Mm-hmm.
It's my favorite.
So, and it's because it's my boyfriend's favorite, and he was like, "We should watch it." Although he couldn't guess, and then he didn't like my favorite.
What was it?
I fucking love Mulan.
I like Mulan.
He doesn't like the songs. He doesn't like the songs in Mulan. I'm like, those are the best songs in Disney.
The remake of Mulan was boring without the music in it. It wasn't even that good.
The remake of Mulan was garbage, even if it had the music.
No, the remake was boring because like it was weird because Disney was basically saying we want to make this like a more realistic, but they had people like running up and down walls, and they had like a lady that turns into like a
magic.
They
the Emperor had some fucking force spells
and then they were like, we wanted this to be more realistic. And then Mulan is like lesbian with like the witch. And then she has a sister. The grandma's not even in it. The cricket's not in it. Mulan doesn't have a horse, I don't think.
There's no Mushu.
Mushu's not in it.
There's no Mushu?
Mushu wasn't a character.
No, she's got like a phoenix
that follows her around. Yeah.
But there's no Mushu. There's no...
Those 3 guys that are friends with her in the army, they're not in it either. I don't think she even calls herself Ping in the movie, does she? You know how like originally she's like, my name is Ping. And then they're always like, I don't think she calls herself Ping. I think she's just like a guy, but she doesn't even look like a guy. She doesn't even cut her hair.
You know what they should have done is they should have. I feel like
took
Mulan would
out-
have gotten better treatment if it gave it the Lion King treatment.
The Lion King remake was bad, but I also appreciated that it knew its source material because it was literally just like a shot for shot.
It was just shot for shot. If
I
they
really-
did that with Mulan, you know, they kept the music in, they stuck to the old story, it probably would have been a lot better. Unlike Lion King, which was just boring.
Lion King was okay. I liked. I enjoyed
It
it.
was just a soulless version of the cartoon.
I enjoyed it only because I like love the original, but I enjoyed it mainly because I was like, this is very nostalgic for me. But I was not enjoying the fact that like they took out Scar's song and they replayed they take it out, but they took out like a majority of it, and he's like,
There was no hyenas doing the Nazi
Nazi marching. No, he was like talking it, and then he does like one belt at the end. I was like, no, not that great.
The only reason I liked that one is because I'm a visual artist. I do 3D design. So seeing all of those look lifelike was cool as fuck to me. But as a movie, it was garbage.
Beauty and the Beast,
I didn't watch that one.
Beauty and the Beast was trash as a remake. The original movie is art. There's a reason it was the first film to win to win an award for like best film.
Yeah, the original Beauty and the Beast was great.
Beauty and the Beast is one of my favorite. It's probably my second favorite Disney movie, then probably Tangled.
Something sweet.
I do like Tangled. Tangled is
almost kind.
So Emma Watson playing Belle. I don't want to hear Emma Watson sing ever again. She looked pretty in most of it, but like the costumes they had her in, she was like, "I'm not wearing a corset," and I was like, "Well, it's a period film. You're like set in
it's a period flick. You're supposed to
wear like historically accurate clothes, even though I guess it wasn't really accurate because they don't really wear like traditional like French clothes." But like when her and the Beast come out to do Beauty and the Beast, like the dance scene, like the famous scene in the ballroom, she comes out in this little yellow thing that basically just looks like they'd go out to like a bridal store down the street and thrown the gown into some yellow dye and picked it up. And they're like, "Okay, we're good," and just threw it on her. But it was not a good. I didn't like the look that she had on. Her singing was auto-tuned. It was just not good. Cinderella was okay.
I didn't watch that one either.
Cinderella was okay. Meh.
I don't like Disney movies that much. Sorry, I think they're boring usually, unless it's Pirates of the Caribbean.
Pirates of the Caribbean's good, except for that newest one. I didn't like that newest one.
Fucking gay.
It's like Barbosa's, "I'm gonna sacrifice myself for you, my daughter."
What am I to you? Treasure. And he fucking kills himself. I'm like, that was my favorite character.
Johnny Depp is so funny.
The zombie sharks, though. The zombie
sharks. The thing that's funny about Johnny Depp to me is that he can go from playing Jack Sparrow, full on British, like basically sounds British, and like full on dreadlocks, to Willy Wonka with a bob, and he talks like this. And, "Oh, little girl, don't go in there. You're gonna get eaten."
Oh, little girl, you're gonna get eaten. Yeah, he's a great actor.
He's a good actor.
But with the Willy Wonka remake was just weird to me because the original was good, but like the Willy Wonka played by Gene Wilder versus the Willy Wonka played by Johnny Depp are like night and day. They're not the same at all. And then
I prefer Johnny Depp's because I like Tim Burton.
The only reason I like the original is I like the aesthetic of it more, because I feel like in the Johnny Depp version is because I felt like all the rooms in the factory, as like more of the kids started like dying, pretty much, the rooms got like more and more plain, if that makes any sense. Like the first room with all the candy, it's like bright, and then Augustus Gloop dies and they go to the inventing room and it's like it's still kind of bright, but there's a lot of gray in it, and then Violet turns into a blueberry.
It slowly gets bland.
And then they go to the nut room and it's just black and blue, and then Veruca Salt dies, sort of, and then they go to the TV room and it's just like blank, it's white. And I'm like, what is with this? And like the movie's very like gray, it's very like gloomy for most of it. Like it's just a very like
I like that.
black
It's a Burton film.
Yeah, like most Tim Burton movies.
That's why I like
Tim
it.
Burton
I
has
think it's
talent, and he usually brings Johnny Depp on with him, and they just mesh perfect.
And Helena
One
Hogbottom too.
the scene with Veruca Salt with the squirrels is so scary. I feel like a lot of kids would be like, terrified of that. I had nightmares of it, like where she goes into like the room and then she like tries to touch one of them and they all like simultaneously like jump onto her. I was like, that is so scary. Like little kids would freak out.
I love that shit because I hated that bitch.
Yeah,
I'm also
like,
weird.
What was the other Johnny Depp movie? I think it was also a Tim Burton movie. I'm not sure.
Alice in Wonderland.
No, not that one.
Dark Shadows.
The barber one.
Oh,
Sweeney Todd. Sweeney Todd.
Sweeney Todd. That's
I don't know if it
was that Tim Burton too?
No, I don't think so. I don't think Tim. But I know that Tim Burton did that Alice in Wonderland, and Johnny Depp was the Mad Hatter. I'm pretty sure.
That one was good.
I liked it.
Didn't like the second one.
I hated the second one.
What was weird to me about Alice in Wonderland is that she was like 21 in the movie, and then like all the other ones, Alice is like 10, like a little girl, and then like in this one, she's like a
because it was a sequel to the original Disney one.
Yeah,
I liked the bulk of the Alice in Wonderland movie until the end. I thought the end like conflict was a little bit it didn't fit right with me.
I never watched Alice Through the Looking Glass because I just didn't really want to.
Oh, it was so bad. Just save yourself and don't.
Unnecessary.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of remake movies are so pointless. I don't know why they make them.
Dark Shadows is a really good Tim Burton movie. It's not a Disney one, but it was beautiful. Like,
did you guys know there's a remake of Psycho? Like the Alfred Hitchcock, there's a remake of Psycho. It's literally a shot-for-shot remake of Psycho in color with different actors, and it's like, but you also see one of the actresses when she gets stabbed in the shower. You see her asshole like literally on screen, and that's all that's different than the original. Like she gets killed and she falls, and it's just there. Yeah. I'm not kidding. I don't know why they would allow that to be shown.
All right, I just want to remind everyone the time. We're at 1:07.
We're going to be wrapping up very soon. Bates Motel is a better remake of Psycho. That's true. I think Bates Motel was a good show.
Bates Motel was good.
Dark Shadows is a series from the 70s. I did not know that, Paul.
Did anybody ever watch the remake of Night of the Living Dead, where like the original one is weird because the character Barbara and like half of it is like catatonic and unresponsive, but in the new one she's basically like the final girl of the movie. She's the only one that survives. But they kill her off in the original, which is like really annoying because she was like, I liked her, and then they're just like, let's just get rid of Barbara.
I actually love the Romero zombie movies. I think those are so fun. Like Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead.
Dawn of the Dead is a good one.
What was I gonna say? There was a remake of they remade Halloween, but like it wasn't a remake. It was like a remake, but also a sequel.
Are we talking about the one that came out like a couple years ago?
2018.
Yeah, it was good.
It was good.
I actually really liked that.
I enjoyed it. It was a remake.
I'm excited for the new one because they're continuing it.
It's basically right where they left off. Yeah. Maybe it's just me. I'm getting real tired of Laurie versus Michael. I love Laurie. Laurie is my favorite horror final girl, but watching her fight Michael Myers over and over and over is getting old. Like, Michael, leave Laurie alone. Just let her leave.
Leave Laurie alone.
Just for Laurie.
Just for Laurie.
If he wants to go fight a final girl, go mess with Nancy from Nightmare on Elm Street.
Nancy.
Go fight Olivia Newton-John as Sandy from Grease and see what happens.
Is Olivia Newton-John still alive?
Yeah. She's in her like 80s now, I'm pretty sure. Or she's old.
Have you ever been mellow? Have you ever tried?
You're gonna get us flagged for copyright if you don't stop singing.
We're not on YouTube yet. They can't flag us.
How would you guys want to bet we're gonna post this? They're gonna be like, oh, we had to flag this one section for copyright, and it's gonna be that like 5-second clip of Rickie singing.
Damn good singing. They thought it was just a recording.
Have you ever been mellow? Have
Is
you
that
ever?
commercial for the lemonade?
Huh?
The mellow yellow or whatever.
Isn't that urine?
Huh?
No, I thought it was like a lemonade or something. I've never had it, so you know it damn well
That
could
is
be.
urine.
Let me check. Hang on.
Mellow yellow is urine?
If it's yellow, keep it mellow. If it's brown, flush it down.
I've never heard that.
Y'all never lived in a house with limited water supply.
I thought you were about to say you've never lived in a house with Italians.
No.
Italians are just like, don't flush that piss.
We've had family members where they like lived out in the woods and they had limited water supply, I guess, and they had this saying where it was like, if it's yellow, let it mellow, so like don't flush. But if it's
There was
brown,
one time where I was at a summer camp and they had like these like bathrooms, but like the water stopped working, so we had to like go to the lake and fill up buckets with water to pour into the toilet if we wanted to flush the toilet. So we had to bring buckets of if we had to go to the bathroom, we had to run down to the lake, get a bucket of water and carry it to the bathroom and bring it in there with us, go to the bathroom, and then dump the water in the toilet so we could flush it. They made us.
I'm just shitting in the lake. I'm sorry.
They had like recreational activities in there, so I don't know if
I'm shitting in the lake.
To be fair though,
eat, right?
I tried to sail, but I like learned how to sail a boat. I was like sailing a boat and I was with these two other people and both of the guys jumped off the boat. So I was by myself and I hadn't really been paying attention in class, so I didn't know how to actually sail. And the boat, like the sail, I just kind of caught the wind and it started going really fast, like halfway across the lake. And I was screaming. I was literally screaming for help. And then I got let me finish. I got blown into this cove, and I'm in this cove, and then there's no wind there, so the boat is just like stopped in the middle. And I'm thinking, okay, this is about to be like Friday the 13th, where he like comes out of the water, like drags me in. Well, I turn around and I'm like begging the people on the shore to help me, and I see them get in this little motorboat. I'm thinking, okay, they're gonna come rescue me. No, they went to go save the people that jumped out of the boat from me from the lake. They were like still swimming in the lake because one of them dropped their hat. So they both jumped in to get it, and I was on the boat by myself. And they came and brought them to me, and they're like, okay, get back to shore now. And I'm like, you're not just gonna like take us back to shore. We had to like paddle with our hands because there was no wind, so we like paddle the boat back to shore. Story of how I became a castaway.
Yeah, so Josh, you know when you don't want to move in a sailboat, you
take the sail down.
You let go of the sail and it stops moving.
Well, I told you already I hadn't been paying attention in class, so I didn't know that.
You're just tugging it tight. You're like, please stop.
Like there was one time I was doing like a lifeguard, like I think it was like a lifeguard training or whatever there. And they had us drop these like stones to the bottom of the lake, and we had to swim like 20 feet down to the bottom of the lake we had to swim down there. There's one time we had to put weights on us. Don't quote me on that. I think to the bottom and get this stone and carry it to the top, and I thought I was gonna die. But I was also scared because I listen, I was like young, so I'm thinking there's probably whales in this lake. I don't like whales, so I won't jump into this lake. I won't jump into this lake thing. I gotta get out of here. The whales are coming. Gotta get out. And I got the stone out of the ground. I put it on the dock, and then they looked at me and they were like, "Okay, you're good. You can leave now." That was all they had to say. They were like, "Okay, you can go."
Fucking lake whale.
You never know. It's like probably a cryptid.
It's just a fat woman.
It's Lizzo swimming in the lake with a snorkel.
No.
You can't speak whale. Yes, I can. No, you can't, Nemo. You think you can do these things, but you just can't, Nemo.
All right. I don't know about y'all.
I think we're a little bit late.
Man, I am tired.
We're also over time, so we should probably wrap this up now.
Yeah, so thank you everyone for tuning in. That was
I know. Yes, I know that whales only live in oceans, but I was very young, so I was stupid and didn't put that into perspective.
There was a time when a whale swam into the bay.
Let's do this for another time because we gotta wrap up.
I'm going to bed.
Yo,
I've been up
I might,
since
yo,
I have
Vincent,
work in the morning.
I might harass people on the Discord to get on game night because I'm bored.
Oh
Maybe.
yeah, I mean, if anyone's still up, I can stick around for a bit.
I'll see what's gonna go on in there. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching the Period Pains podcast, the first episode.
First episode. I should have had like a little popper to be like,
we gotta figure out, we have so much to figure out. Still have to figure out a logo. Yeah, we have a lot to figure out. Rickie, you're the designer here.
like
Design a logo.
muscle.
Oh shit, it's not as skinny as last time.
A little bit.
Not this.
Rickie, the only reason we can see your muscles because you literally have no body fat.
Couldn't be me. Okay. All right. So thank you all for watching this episode of the podcast. We'll be back soon. I don't know when that is. When are we doing this? Like, are we like scheduling these things? Is this like a schedule?
We could probably do like.
We're gonna try to do this at least once a week.
Yeah, once a week.
We don't have an exact day. We'll figure that out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out on what day works best.
And if you missed this, we're gonna put this on YouTube, right?
Vincent is just frozen in the
I'm
weirdest
back.
fucking
I'm back.
pose ever. This motherfucker went.
I fucking died for a second. I was like, did both of you lose connection or did I lose connection?
Vincent was like.
He was like. Right. So this is going on YouTube, isn't it?
Yeah. If
All
this
right.
did save, it's going on YouTube. If not, then every other video is going on YouTube.
It didn't save. You're never gonna watch it again. You're never gonna get. This is never.
If you missed it, you missed it.
This was a one-night special.
Shame on you for not showing up.
Praying at this save though, because I want to watch all this back and laugh at myself.
Yeah, I mean, so fingers crossed it did save. It said it would, but that could also be for the paid version of this, and I ain't putting the paid version for the first episode when we don't even know if this takes off.
Hold on. Why does the title of the stream say Peridot?
It might have corrected.
Yeah, I zoned out too. All right, y'all. Deuces. Good night.
Auto corrected it. Oh shit.
Thank you guys for watching.
Thank
We'll
you.
be back soon.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
Are we off?
And